Today we have the entire Elden Ring scenario in recent days to discuss, and about the leaked trailer for Elden Ring also, which reveals some new gameplay details. We also have to discuss about PlayStation and PS5 game sales, as PlayStation now reveals its March lineup of games, including a revered indie classic, and the most recent iteration of an iconic PlayStation franchise. And also Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales sales rise in UK following PS5 restock, and with The Last of Us 2 sitting at number 3 overall on the UK bestsellers list. So before jumping into the topics, if you are new, subscribe to the channel and click the notification icon for knowing instant updates, more interesting and informative topics in the daily gaming world. Now let's jump in. The beginning of March will welcome several new games to PlayStation Plus, including Final Fantasy VII Remake and Remnant from the Ashes. However, alongside adding a fresh selection of free games for Plus subscribers, PlayStation Now will also be updating its library. And thanks to a new post on the PlayStation blog, those paying for the service now know exactly what they'll be getting. Starting from today, Infamous Second Son, World War Z, Superhot, and Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown will all be joining PlayStation Now's lineup of titles. Infamous and Superhot will seemingly stick around for good, while Ace Combat will be available until May 31st and World War Z will take its leave on September 6th. As for the games themselves, Infamous Second Son is Sucker Punch's third and most recent iteration of its revered moral choice-focused superhero series, seeing players take the reins of Delsin Rowe. Wielding an array of powers, including smoke, neon, and video, Delsin has to take the fight to a government agency known as the D.U.P., hoping to stop its ruthless leader and save his tribe. The game scored an 80 on Metacritic, with critics celebrating its visuals and fun combat, but labeling its morality system as shallow. But forget the critics, it's all important from an individual's perspective only. World War Z, on the other hand, is a multiplayer zombie game set in the universe of the 2013 film of the same name. Players group into squads of 4 to survive onslaughts of zombie hordes across locations such as Tokyo, Moscow, New York, and Jerusalem. The game comes loaded with a variety of multiplayer modes, several classes, and chaotic zombie skirmishes, with hundreds of undead enemies able to flood the player's screen at once. Meanwhile, Superhot is a unique first-person shooter that originally landed in 2016. Its central crux sees time pause when the player stops moving, putting them in puzzle-focused combat scenarios as they punch, shoot, and slice their way through opponents while carefully avoiding gunfire. It became an indie hit upon release, with critics and audiences lauding its innovative central concept and diverse style. Finally, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown is the most recent entry in the iconic Combat Pilot series. The title focuses on arcade-like flight gameplay, as players jump into a series of fighter jets and take part in both single-player and multiplayer battles. The game scored an 80 on Metacritic back when it released in 2019, with critics drawing attention to its intense dogfights and slick gameplay. The lineup is filled with strong PlayStation titles that are sure to offer Now subscribers some fun adventures for the month. Moving forward, we have 2 PlayStation exclusives hitting the roof of sales following the recent UK restock. The first one is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. The PlayStation 5 was back in stock, if only for a few moments, this week in the United Kingdom, which resulted in improved sales for PS5 titles across the board. This week's physical box sales are in for the UK, and Miles Morales spiked up on leaderboard. However, last week's #1 best-selling game in the UK, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, maintained its hold on the top spot again. The out-of-stock nature of Sony and Microsoft's next-gen consoles has been well reported. In fact, US President Joe Biden signed an order to investigate PS5 and Xbox Series X and S part shortages in hopes of stabilizing the economy. However, the UK saw a restock in PS5 consoles last week, and according to GamesIndustry.biz, PS5 game sales rose 64% week over week. For the week ending on February 27, 2021, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury was the most sold physical game for the 3rd week in a row, but it was a close call. Nintendo's platformer dropped in sales by 38% and only took the #1 spot by 1,000 copies. Meanwhile, Spider-Man Miles Morales sales jumped by up 172% compared to the previous week, likely benefiting from the PS5 consoles that were finally available on the market. Another PS5 title that showed massive movement, though not enough to reach the top 10, was the Demon's Souls remake. The game moved up to 21st place, not even in the top 40 last week, after a 123% increase in sales. Another game that seems to have benefited is The Last of Us Part 2. After not being in the top 40 at all, the game skyrocketed up to number 3 after a 3,992% sales spike. While the game is a PS4 title, it is also playable on the PS5. The Last of Us 2 is nearly a year old now. It feels like not that long ago that the internet was going crazy over the controversial Last of Us 2 leaks just 2 months before the game released in June 2020. Now, Naughty Dog's follow-up to the critically acclaimed The Last of Us for the PS3 continues to sell very well. Following a massive sales weekend for PlayStation, as well as a severe drop in retail price, The Last of Us Part 2 has soared up the UK physical sales chart, earning the number 3 best-selling slot behind games like Spider-Man Miles Morales. However, The Last of Us 2 selling well isn't in and of itself all that surprising, considering it broke Sony's PS4 sales records shortly after release. What is surprising is the fact that it was able to break through to the top 10 even after almost an entire year. Though The Last of Us 2 polarized the gaming industry as a whole for a variety of reasons, it's undeniable that it's a landmark title for the PlayStation ecosystem. That's only become abundantly clearer following this massive increase in sales. Aside from The Last of Us 2, Miles Morales, and 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, the rest of the top 10 UK bestsellers list makes sense. FIFA 21 takes the number 4 spot, followed by Persona 5 Strikers and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which continuously breaks its own sales records. Animal Crossing New Horizons follows Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, earning the number 7 spot. At number 8, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War moves down a few slots on the list, but maintains a place in the top 10 all the same. Finally, the last 2 slots of the top 10 should come as no surprise to those who have been following game sales week by week. Number 9 and 10 are filled by Grand Theft Auto 5 and Minecraft on Switch, respectively, both of which continuously sell well. It's natural to see multiplayer titles place in the top 10, but it's unusual to see older single-player titles make such meteoric rises in sales. The Last of Us 2 still has multiplayer on the way, so it just may see another increase in sales before too long. Overall, this week's list is a bit more diverse than the last couple of weeks. The Nintendo Switch only has 3 exclusives this week instead of 4 or 5 the previous 2 weeks, for example. The PS5 restock certainly seems to have helped sales overall, and Spider-Man Miles Morales was a big beneficiary of that. It likely helps that the game also has a budget price after consumers may have just dumped hundreds into a new piece of tech. Now jumping into our final main topic, which is a big discussion. So stay tuned in, as long as the video goes, the information keeps getting better and better. First we have to take a look at the new leaked Elden Ring gameplay trailer, that is making the rounds in online chat forums, revealing new gameplay details. I cannot show the trailer as it may result in a strike. Okay, now let's jump in. Elden Ring caused quite a bit of buzz when it was first revealed at Microsoft's E3 2019 press conference, with many intrigued at the idea of From Software collaborating with Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin on a new game. Unfortunately, Elden Ring news has been almost non-existent since the game's reveal, with no new trailer or gameplay revealed since then. However, it seems as though the wait for more Elden Ring news will soon be coming to a close. Multiple industry insiders have said that an Elden Ring reveal is happening soon, and it seems that their claims have been validated. Evidently, a new Elden Ring trailer has been making the rounds everywhere. The leaked Elden Ring trailer offered some details as to what exactly it shows, though stopped short of sharing the video itself to avoid running into legal issues. The leaked Elden Ring video starts with a narrator stating, "I can only imagine what drives you to seek the Elden Ring. I suppose you can't be talked into turning back. Very well then. At that point, players are treated to the first ever look at Elden Ring gameplay, which is described as familiar Soul-style melee combat. Fans also get a glimpse at a boss fight against a dragon and a large, sword-wielding foe. While combat is on display in the leaked Elden Ring gameplay trailer, it also shows off the game's more open environment when compared to other From Software titles. Elden Ring's open-field concept has long been talked about as a key component of the experience, and players will finally get to see it for themselves whenever the official trailer drops. Apparently, this will include a look at how horseback riding and combat works in Elden Ring. Between this leaked trailer and the fact that proven, reliable industry insiders have said as much, it seems safe to say that fans will get some big Elden Ring news this month, as Bandai Namco Entertainment has trademarked a certain phrase that has me thinking there could be an online presentation involving Elden Ring. However, it remains to be seen exactly when that will happen. Though Bandai Namco and From Software have been mostly silent on the project since it was revealed almost 2 years ago, it seems that fans may be getting some news about the project sometime soon. Very recently, Bandai Namco Entertainment trademarked the phrase Bandai Namco Next, which could hint at some kind of online presentation to share information about its upcoming titles, including Elden Ring. Many developers have slowly, but surely been following Nintendo's lead with Nintendo Directs, and have adopted various styles of online presentations. Sony has seen success with its PlayStation State of Play presentations, and other smaller developers have also been shifting to online reveals for some time now. Especially with the ongoing pandemic, online presentations have been incredibly helpful tools for companies and developers to share details with fans without having to hold large-scale press conferences. Now, it appears as if Bandai Namco may be following this trend as well, as its Bandai Namco Next trademark most likely hints at some sort of online event. As such, there's a good chance fans may get to see some exciting news involving Bandai Namco's upcoming titles. Of course, one of the most anticipated titles from Bandai Namco is From Software's Elden Ring. With the game's world building and lore heavily involving George R. Martin of Game of Thrones fame, it's no wonder the game is so hotly anticipated. Of course, Bandai Namco also has tons of other games under its publishing and development brand, including games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Ace Combat, and Tekken. Still, the exact purpose of the trademark is just speculation at this point, but it would be incredibly smart for Bandai Namco to drum up hype ahead of time for its upcoming projects through online presentations. There have also been plenty of rumors swirling around the industry surrounding Elden Ring developments, and even potential reveals. For example, industry insider Roberto Serrano recently hinted at an upcoming online presentation date for Elden Ring in March. It's always important to take these rumors and insider hints with some healthy skepticism, though it would be great if they turned out to be true. Unfortunately, not every rumor involving Elden Ring is good news. If one specific rumor is to be believed, it seems Elden Ring was possibly delayed internally, meaning the game won't be released in 2021. It wouldn't be too surprising if this turned out to be true, considering it's been so long since any big details have been revealed to the public. With any luck, this Bandai Namco trademark actually does point to online presentations, and fans can finally hear more details about Elden Ring. Microsoft has already said that the rumored Xbox gaming event for later this month will not feature Elden Ring, so it seems as though the trailer will not be part of a showcase, and will instead be a random drop. On Sunday, Xbox's marketing director, Aaron Greenberg, took to Twitter to shoot down the latest Elden Ring rumors. Greenberg quote-tweeted an article from DualShockers making the claim that a new trailer would be shown on March 23 at a supposed showcase. The exec not only shot down the report about a trailer, but he also said there wasn't any Xbox event planned that would divulge any game announcements or world premieres. Part of the problem with everything on the web about the much-anticipated game is that Elden Ring fans are even creating their own leaks while they wait for real news. With active misdirection efforts from some in the community, it can be difficult for even the most hardcore fans to apparently know what's genuine. Unfortunately, the leaked Elden Ring trailer ends with no release date mentioned, so it seems we will have to wait a bit longer to learn more on that front. And that's all for the video, guys. If you are interested, give it a like and share the video. And until then, from SMPV, it's goodbye.